Hello friends, today on PlayStation News we talk about Sony announcing new PlayStation CEOs, more games leaving PlayStation Plus soon, Assassin's Creed Red gets a new name, and the possible end of Square Enix exclusives. Let's get to it. We start with the big news that SIE CEO Hiroki Totoki has steered the PlayStation ship after Jim Ryan left, but now two joint CEOs have been appointed to succeed Ryan. Let's go to the SIE blog where Totoki said that effective June 1st he will step down as CEO, with Hideaki Nishino being appointed CEO of the business group, while former Guerrilla Games Herman Hulst will be the CEO of the studio business group. One will oversee the earnings of the business while the other will focus on the games, and they will keep their previous roles as well. Nishino will continue as platform experience leader while Hulst will lead PlayStation Studios, Bungie and PlayStation Productions. The blog post also confirms that later this month we will learn more about the long-term visions for the Sony group and the essential role that SIE plays in that vision. As Genki JPN points out on Twitter, they have a meeting for May 23rd, and last year the PlayStation Showcase was one day after the corporate meeting. That would put the showcase or state of play for next Thursday or Friday, and it means we will get an announcement before the end of this week. What do you think about this change in key figures for PlayStation? Voice your thoughts in the comments. Moving on, we will be getting the PlayStation Plus catalog games announcement tomorrow, but for now we have bad news because more games will leave the service on May 21st. The new games leaving are Teardown for PS5, MX vs ATV Legends, Elex 2 and Wreckfest for PS4 and PS5, plus Darksiders War Master Edition, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Darksiders 3, Darksiders Genesis, and Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, all for PS4. That makes a list of 35 games leaving on May 21st, which also includes Horizon Zero Dawn, 6 Final Fantasy games, and a lot more. With 35 games leaving, here's hoping this month's update is really good. In related PlayStation Plus news, the Lux and Premium users can now get a 2-hour trial for The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered for PS5, enough to see that dreaded prologue. There's also a new 30% discount across all 3 tiers, but in typical Sony they are only giving it to select users and no one knows the criteria, so if you're interested in renewing, check the store in the app or console to see if you apply. Were you playing any of the 35 games leaving soon? Let me know in the comments. Next, Fallout 4 was released for new-gen consoles last month, but being a Bethesda game it had its issues here and there. The good news is they have released a new patch this week with a few fixes and improvements. Among them is the new option to control graphics and performance, as you can now choose between 30, 40 and 60 FPS, plus the option to choose between visual and performance modes. It's been a really good time for Fallout with the release of the TV series, and last week it was revealed that Fallout 4 was number 1 in sales in the UK on retail, plus New Vegas and 76 also charted at the 8th and 9th spot in the ranking. Have you gone back to Fallout 4 or other Fallout games recently? Let us know in the comments. In the next story, it's been a while since we had any official news from Ubisoft about Assassin's Creed Red, but that's about to end this week. The publisher has announced the game will officially be called Assassin's Creed Shadow, and they will be showing the first cinematic trailer this Wednesday, May 15 at 9 AM Pacific. As Wario64 says, this year is all about Shadow, just like we had Revelations and Origin monikers in the previous years. There have already been some leaks on what we can expect this Wednesday coming from data miner Frax, who previously leaked the final name of the game. Just like all Ubisoft games, Assassin's Creed Shadow will have a season pass going at $40, with 2 expansions that will cost $25 standalone, and in-game currency going from $5 to $60. Plus, owners of the Ultimate Edition get an exclusive mission called the Origami Killer and 5 skill points. Pre-ordering the game is set to give you a bonus called Thrown to the Dogs. The description for the trailer premiere says that Assassin's Creed Red or Shadow will launch this November 15, 2024 for PS5, Xbox Series and PC. It does list PS4, but that may be a mistake. Are you looking forward to the game's reveal this week? Let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about Square, because They have enjoyed long partnerships with both Sony and Nintendo for exclusive games, but it seems that's about to end. As part of its financial results, Square Enix revealed its 3-year plan to reboot and awakening the company. They even picked sort of a game name for it. Lackluster fiscal year results have pushed Square Enix to do this, but while we have heard of recent Final Fantasy games possibly underperforming, the HD division with Final Fantasy XVI, Pixel Remastered, Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth represented 26% growth from $503 million to $636 million. It was the MMO and games for smart devices and PC browsers that did badly with an 11 and 10% decline respectively. And what ended breaking Square's financials this year was the loss of $140 million in regard to cancelled games, making the company's income only 32 billion yen, well below the 55 billion yen they expected to make. First, they will be focusing on fewer projects to increase quality rather than quantity to have better profitability in the digital entertainment segment. Then they will be diversifying earning opportunities by getting to customers in more places and shifting to a multi-platform strategy that includes Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. They will make it so people can enjoy their titles in regards to major franchises and AAA titles, including catalog titles. Square Enix already published many games as multi-platform, but usually held some deals with both Sony and Nintendo, so this will probably stop happening. Maybe they will be more like Capcom, giving marketing rights to certain platforms while launching games on everything. Besides that, they are looking to balance shareholder return and growth investment. Then they will begin optimizing costs in its European and American offices with a redesigned organization. And they didn't wait a second because they will be making firings at these offices this week, including people at publishing, IT, and the Square Enix collective in the label. So here's hoping everyone affected lands on their feet. What do you think about Square Enix's plan to transform the company? Let me know your thoughts about that and any of this news in the comments below. If you want more PlayStation news, check out the previous video where we talk about rumors on Sly Cooper, Resident Evil 9 and another Resident Evil remake, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.